All right, what's up, everybody? Steven here, the Horror Freak 85. Welcome to another episode of the House of Horrors. Tonight, I shall be running solo. Some stuff came up with Echo. He may be able to stop by the chat later. I'm not really sure, but that's okay. I'm here, and in about 3 to 5 minutes, Nathan Barret will be coming on. He was in Plank Face. He played the title character, Plank Face. Episodes of I Zombie, a couple seasons of that, and as well as I believe The Flash, The 100, little small parts, Supernatural. So he's been in movies and television, done short films. We'll be discussing what he's done throughout his career there. Let's see, I see a few people popping in. So I decided to start just a few minutes early, get some heads in here. At 8 o'clock, it should start up on Facebook. So we'll be dual streaming. And just to let everybody know, while we're waiting for our guest, next Saturday, the 23rd, is going to be pretty much the largest panel ever had on the show. A bunch of co-stars from Camp Blood 9 will be coming on. So it's pretty much a Camp Blood 9 reunion for me. We've got 4 of the 5 leading ladies coming on. I'm just going to say first names. Last names will be posted. Some I can pronounce and some I don't want to say wrong. So we got Lorelai coming on, Janet, Lily, Anna. We got Ralph the Killer will be coming on. Cody will be coming on. Let's see, we got Lizzie, special effects and makeup artist coming on. Let's see who else we got. I know a few other people. There's like 9 of us. Oh, Nico will be coming on, who is part of my lame ass crew, the host. And I'll double check if I'm forgetting anybody. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's like 9-10 of us going to be on, including myself. So that'll be something you definitely won't want to miss. Let me make sure I just gave our guest the right link, because he was asking if it was the same link or a new one. Let me see. Oh, I think he's in the wrong room. Let me just give him the right link here. Sorry about that. Okay, just a moment. I got to look this up here, my invite. Is it going to let me? Let's see. All right, let me give him the link here. And how's everyone doing tonight? Hope everybody had a good week. Let's see, /StreamYard. It's like technical difficulties. Not really, just the wrong room here. StreamYard. At least he'll be coming on and won't worry about being late or anything. Let's see, StreamYard. All right, so I'm sending him the right link right now, and he'll be coming on. All right. You just had the link from when I did the promo video, so got that. And let's see, it's 8 o'clock, so we should be going live on Facebook right now. I believe it should be popping up. So if you are on Facebook, just allow to leave comments so I know who's leaving the comment. Otherwise, it's going to say Facebook user, which you can leave it as that or say who you are, whichever you prefer to do. And let me just check something right here, and he should be on momentarily. Just come into the correct chat room. So let's see. I got that correct link sent to him. And yep, here we go.
Yeah, what up? What up?
Hey, the right link. Yep.
That link,
Welcome.
brother.
So, how's your week been?
Fucking great, man. Been good. Can we cuss on the stream?
Say whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. It's not a family show. Hey, it's a horror show. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Anything goes. So,
Fucking great, man. I like that shit. Fuck yeah.
like, it was. I remember Robin Williams on the Live on Broadway. He's like, they should have a drug. Fuck it all. Something's wrong. Say fuck it all.
Fuck it all.
Uh,
Yeah, Robin's the shit, man. That guy's fucking the greatest.
I miss him. That was terrible. Rest in peace, man.
Did he kill himself?
Yeah, suicide. You never know what's going on with people. I mean, they could seem happy and not know what's going on. But anyway, on a positive note, we can go ahead and start this here. It looks like we got Stephen Chang in here. I'll put up any comments and anyone who comes in, be able to read them there. So
What is up? This is so wow, cool. What's up, Stephen Chang?
So
Wow.
yeah, he's a good supporter. Comes in and he too represents guests and stuff and gets people on.
Okay, cool.
And then my mom always stops by. So
Oh. Hey, mom.
hello. Oh boy, don't say anything embarrassing tonight. No, just play.
Oh my god, your mom's here? Wow.
Hey, it's all good. She's seen some crazy stuff, so it's all good. It's like, oh nope, can't say a word. Gotta be good, bleep stuff out,
Oh my god.
So what'd you do this week? Anything? See any movies or just spend time with family, or how'd that go?
Yes. What happened this week? Man, good question. Yeah, I did spend time with my dad. My mom left for France. My dad, me and him work a lot playing music together. He's a musician.
Okay.
I'm a musician because he's a musician. I grew up with that.
Mm-hmm.
As my role model as a saxophone player.
Okay.
Growing up, so. Mm-hmm.
So what instruments do you play, or have you been in? Are you in a band? Or
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have this right here.
Nice little free show demo there. All right.
Woo, free show. I'm just giving it away, man. Giving away all the free performances.
You're gonna have to charge, do a Patreon or something here to watch the show. Charge
some fucking money off this shit.
So yeah, Steve.
Sorry, Mom.
So he said Stephen loved you on Plank Face, and he's friends with. Now is it Elise or how do you say her name? Elise.
Elise?
Yeah, Elise.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he's
amazing woman. Amazing.
And we got Chadrick just came in. Hello.
So Chadrick Whitmire.
Let's see. And my aunt played the trumpet in school band. So yeah, I got some little bit of musical talent in my family. My cousin too writes music, and he's taught music. He's done some music for some Amazon movies. So skipped me though. I'm the actor, not the musician. So
yeah, you're an actor. That's pretty cool. Did you do any kind of formal training or anything?
Just high school and everything. I did go to John Casablancas, which didn't really turn out much of that, but it was fun acting class there. So, and then I just finished Camp Blood 9 about a couple weeks ago in Texas. Got a role in that. Mark Polonia, the Stalking About Killer Plants. Next year, I'm going to do Will's girlfriend's movie or fiance cheerleader elimination. So I'm keeping busy. The next year and a half got 4 movies coming out.
Dang, so. That's more than I got going on. I got one coming out.
Okay, cool. Are you able to talk about it at all, or is it?
Yeah, I can talk about it now because we got in a festival, the Newport Beach Film Festival, which is like a reasonably respected festival in California. I played the role of what the fuck is his name? Adam. And man, it's like a romantic comedy, I think I would call it. And but it's it's very entertaining, I would say, and I think that's why they let it in, and hopefully we get, sold. Someone buys the film, or we get some kind of I don't know, next step from it. If not, it's all good too. But it's cool that it's gonna get seen at all. We're gonna get a little, a little show of it. It's gonna be cool. I'll probably go down. Because I'm living in Canada.
Okay.
And my buddy, he's got a camper van, and he was gonna go down to Mexico in mid-October. So I might jump in his camper van, drive putt down, if they let me through the border.
You're gonna have to sneak through the border.
I might. Yeah, and then we'll go down to Cali, check out that new festival, Newport Beach, or not new, but it's a Newport Beach Film Festival, and I get to party with all the other producers and stuff, and yeah, that's hang out, meet new people, and they'll get to see what I'm about and what I'm made of. I have a pretty big role in the film. It's like I'm a lead in it, and it's like I would say debaucherous. It's not quite Plank Face level, but it's
well, Plank Face was a romantic comedy.
I mean, really, it was like, it was for some people that's just par for the course romance, getting raped at gunpoint by an old lady,
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Join the family. Let's have kids.
So you saw Plank Face?
Oh yeah. It also came in horror pack, which is, I told you before, 4 mystery Blu-rays that they send you. They've been doing it for like 5-6 years now.
Really?
It was one of the special editions. I forget which number. If it was like in the teens or something. So, but
well, I didn't know that. I don't know. I know. Like, we were talking about doing a sequel to Plank Face.
I was actually going to ask you that. Was there any plans for a sequel? Yeah.
Plans for Plank Face? Yeah, we have my whole thing was just like, I just want Plank Face to be where Max goes into the city kind of vibe, or into the small town, whatever, because he's in the woods now, right? Yeah. And he just waits around for people to drive through the woods and then, accost them, and grandma castrates the guy,
set up traps for him, stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's a cannibal film. If you haven't seen Plank Face, it's an extremely grotesque cannibal flick. But I think like it's just kind of tasteful in a way.
It's tasteful. It's tasty. Yeah, there's some good puns.
It's tasty. There. Oh my god. Yeah. Wow.
I was gonna say also, like, if there was a sequel, maybe like have a kid in it too, growing up or whatever. Kid, that'd be cool. Since like some years gone by, maybe one of them had a kid.
Oh yeah, well, there's really gross things in that movie, little subliminal things. Like there's a graveyard that we walk past at one point, and it's all the aborted children of the women that I become their sex slave, right? And I basically it's really, really, really fucking dark. I can't believe we did that. That it's interesting. Like, I was thinking about it, like how gross it was, right? First, maybe you guys, like, I do a lot of hardcore films, and I do a lot of like provocative performances, and I do a lot of performance art where it's like quite people high risk, type things. But for me, it's not really that high risk. I mean, I just have like my threshold is different than regular folk, because I grew up in the performing arts. So I was like always on stage as a kid, playing music,
right?
Not doing any theater or anything like that, but just playing trumpet. And so growing up playing music on stage gave me kind of like, it like primed me for like a career on stage and so on. But we're the laid back surfer vibe. Yeah. I'm a laid back surfer vibe for sure. Like, I'm a West Coast guy. I'm from Vancouver. I'm like on the beach right now.
Yeah, that's an awesome view.
It's a super baller view. But I'm in Vancouver. But what was I saying? I was just trying to say something really deep.
About provocative, you're playing trumpet and it wasn't that provocative or something along that line.
Yeah, like I just kind of like ended up like, I think I present like that laid back surfer vibe. Like I present that way. People have said I present polyamorous, or I present like very open or so on. But I'm actually very moderate, and I'm very all those things too. But I definitely, there's no real cap on what I won't do on film, for sure. Given
on film, not
yeah.
No.
And it's interesting that like the movie we did with Plankface and stuff, and all these horror flicks, they get these cult followings, and they get like they're not banned from the internet, right? But information is banned from the internet. Like I go deep dive into those, those rabbit holes and all that stuff. You can check out my YouTube channel.
You dove in a rabbit hole in that movie. The bunny mask. Oh, people who saw that would get that joke.
Yo, Alice, thank you for letting me go forward there. We did such a great job with that movie, man. Like there was some really crazy shit. Like I remember Scott Shermer directed that, and there was this moment where I bring the guy, I'm like, there's a dead guy on my shoulder, and I'm like, there's blood all over me. I've got the mask on. My girls are like bathing in the river, and they're like, yay, he's brought us fresh meat, right? So I bring him, I lay him down on the rock. The grandmother character, she cuts his balls off. I eat the balls, and then I'm like, and then I like pick up the girls, and then I walk them across the river, and then I basically have intimate relations against the other side of the river. But when he called action, before that, because we did that in one take, and I was thinking like, this is the end of my acting career for sure. Like, you're calling action, and I'm gonna eat these bloody balls and go fuck these girls against the river. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, way to like throw away your career. But then not at all. It wasn't the case at all. But it was funny though. That's what went through my head. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, oh fuck.
Like, I am doing this.
And I'm already 8 days into shooting this. And this is like the final really crazy moment, and I'm like, just go. Like, we gotta finish this film. I agreed to do this, and yeah, man, it was good. It was one of those experiences, the uncomfortable. That was that uncomfortable moment for me where I was like, oh fuck, like this is really.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was, when you read the script, obviously went through with it, but what was like your first reaction when you read the script? Was there any hesitance at all, or you're just like, hell with it, I'm all in?
Yeah, I read it front to back, and I was like almost vomiting, right? Like, reading the script is really, I almost puked a couple times reading the script, and I was like, wow, like if that it's gonna get a reaction. And then the women came out on top in the film. So I was like,
top, bottom, yeah, both.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like I was like, if I did a horror movie, I wouldn't want it to be like some it's a little bit more complicated than the regular run of the par for the course, like kind of like really just slasher thing, right? It was like there's a little bit of a psychological thing going on there, and
some Stockholm syndrome going on.
Yeah, but for me at that time, I read the script and I was like, okay, the ladies come out on top. I'm just becoming like this kind of like, I've just become this instrument for them, And I was like, that I can kind of, that's interesting to me. That was interesting to me, So I chose to do it. I said yes right away. I read the script and I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever read in my entire life. I'm not a horror fanatic at all either. Like I don't really watch that many horror movies.
And I was going to ask you that too. That was one of my questions. If you're into horror, or what your favorite horror movie was, or got you into horror.
Do I have a favorite between the two girls? Obviously, yeah, obviously, but those scenes. Did I have a favorite? Max had a favorite.
Yeah.
Me, Nathan, no favorite. But But the character definitely had a pick. But yeah, man, that one scene, the grandma, like I don't want to fuck these girls, right? Because I've got a nail through my foot, and so the grandma, she put a gun to my head, and I'm like, how are you gonna get hard and fuck some girls when there's an old lady with a gun to your head, and you've got a nail through your foot? But she managed to somehow pull it out of Max, and then her daughter jumped on top. It's really gross. I'm giving it all away now to you, to your audience.
It's been a long time, so spoilers, but whatever.
Everyone watch Plank Face, stream it.
Yes,
request it on Netflix.
Should be on Netflix. It is on Tubi, so check it out.
Yeah,
but if you can find a physical copy, of course, always it's best to have a DVD or Blu-ray. So
yeah, I have that Blu-ray. Oh, I have some swag somewhere because they made all this really great stuff. Like they had these playing cards with Max on them and all the different characters, and it was a really, really good rollout. Like they did a lot of artistic production on that may have been overlooked by the Tubi people. But yeah.
Were there any issues that come from having the mask on? Was it uncomfortable at all?
No, the mask was really lightweight. It was silicone. It looked like wood, but no, it wasn't that. I only had one eye. The one thing that was scary was I was looking through one eye, and so yeah, it was tough. I'm not trying to be Illuminati right now or anything.
Oh shit!
But yeah, it was no. The mask is fine. The mask was fine. But yeah, if I did a sequel to this film, my idea was that we do like Max goes to the city, right? Because we've got the country bumpkin redneck, like all that's established, right? So what if he has to, like, there's such a shortage of fresh meat in the woods that we got to go to town and extract somebody,
Right.
So I was like, what if Max, and because we had this kind of strip club connection there in Indiana with the production team, we were like, what if we go to a strip club and Max goes in the strip club, hoodie on, but the mask is on, right? He's just like, dude. And then he just goes through like castrating dudes and just like pocketing nuts and just walking through and like castrate another guy and steal the nuts and run out and just like he's just eating nuts in an alley, like it's so easy to just brainstorm these great ideas, But yeah, that was my dream, was that Max would have that opportunity. So I think it would be like a really ill scene, to have one of those kind of like lasers, like smoke, strip club vibe, John Wick vibe, but he's not shooting, he's
cutting instead.
Cutting balls. Just like explode like the premise, make it even worse. Like we already fucking made this movie. It's just so fucked up, right?
Get some good breast meat too while you're there. There you go.
I don't know. He don't. Yeah. I think he just wants the nuts. Like he just wants to eat the nuts.
I guess that's what he's tried and what he's used to. Whatever.
Max was primed for just eating nuts. So.
But
I would like to do a sequel. Tell the directors that we got to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Katie just came in.
Hi,
What's
Katie.
up? So, so what? What was used for those effects that you ate that they made look like the balls that you had?
I'm vegan. I don't eat meat, so I was eating fake, artificial meat balls. They were just disgusting. It was like it was made of like dough. It was basically dough and food coloring, and then they like put in some like veins, and then they fed me these nuts, right? Then they at gunpoint, I was like, so it's kind of funny to be plant-based and then be a cannibal who's forced into a nut-eating situation like that. And even as zombie, I did a TV show called As Zombie for years, and I was a zombie too who ate brains. But I don't actually eat brains in real life or nuts. I don't even eat steak. Not
like I don't even eat peanuts. Whatever. So since there was a lot of practical effects in that, do you prefer practical effects over CGI?
Yeah, hell yeah, of course. Yeah, man, it's so much doper. Like Star Wars, the original Star Wars is so much more dope than what we have today. You know,
How they added in all that.
the maquettes. Yeah. The asteroid goes through. It's like a guy with a tennis ball or something.
Yeah.
So much more dope.
Yeah. I mean, there is some stuff that CGI is necessary, but if you can go practical effects, I think that's the best way to go for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's necessary because we're like lazy now. Like, I mean, there's so many, like when they were doing all the maquettes back in the day or the claymation stuff, like, you know, they didn't have that as an option. So they just got so creative with their special effects and so on.
Yeah, we were mentioning a couple weeks ago, well, a few weeks now, when Mark Polonio was on, and we were talking about CGI and practical effects, and I forget the guy's name offhand, but the skeleton scene for like Jason and the Argonauts like took him like however many months just to do that one scene. He was by himself and completed that scene. So it's interesting how it used to be, and now we got all that CGI. So.
Yeah, and also with the AI now too. There's a strike on the
of course, yeah. I was going to bring that up later too, but
I'm not in any union. I never joined the union because I always viewed them as a corrupt enterprise, and I've been proven right definitely in the last 3 years. But the reason that they're doing this strike is because of the AI presence now in the industry, in the creative realm, and so on. And so, like, my likeness, I believe, like, I signed a contract when I did, like, when you do mainstream stuff like on CW or Netflix shows that go on Netflix or whatever, right? Like, you sign a contract and your likeness is basically not yours anymore, right? You kind of just, you're an actor, right? Like, you'll do anything for you don't really think about that. You're like, yeah, of course, I'm putting myself on film, on screen. This is stuff that's just going to exist. Like, Plank Face is going to be online long after I'm dead, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
But with like iZombie or with all these mainstream shows, they actually, there was I forget which actress it was, but she had signed on for a show. They brought her in. They did a scan, like they put her in a scan, and they just did a biometrics reading on her, and they can now create a scene with her in it, like again, the Star Wars. Who's the lady in Star Wars who died? Princess Leia.
Yeah, how
in the last one they actually used a CGI Leia.
Yeah.
So that's not even controversial anymore. That's like a par for the course again. Like, that's like every show they sign on and they do that. And then this actress, she didn't even know that that's what she was doing, but it's wild. It's like, that's a big reason why the strike is on, is because people's own identities are like, they feel like they should have, this is my face. It's my face. It's like, nope, it belongs to the internet now, actually, like, or it belongs to the CW.
Your soul is mine.
Your soul is mine. It's like, luckily, your soul is still.
Yeah, but your face is mine.
Your face is not necessarily your face anymore. And it's interesting, like, as we go into this new world of, like, identity and, like, my face, I'm going to change my face, or, like, do these things to your face. Like, I'm going to get big lip injections or something like that. Like, like as our faces change, or, like, it's, like, less important what you look like on one level, but at the same time, like, they need your biometric data to, like, read your face or something. I don't know. It's freaking me out, man.
Yeah.
I may sound like rambly right now, but freaking out. But I'm not in a union, so I don't have to work. How was working with Rose McIver? I love Rose McIver. Such a beautiful person. So nice. And made me feel so at home on set. And, like, what else did they ask? They said
I think said he was a fan of her in Power Rangers series she was in, and
she was in Power Rangers.
In one of the Power Rangers, yeah, I forget which one. If it's, I don't know, but
that's crazy. That means I must have watched her before I even met her. That's so weird. That's amazing.
Hey Steven, which Power Rangers was she in? Because I know there's so many afters. I mean, I don't even know. I think I stopped watching after the. I don't know. It just kept on going for like years.
Yeah, Rose is a G. Super, super amazing, professional, incredible actor. And she would do random shit. Like, sometimes she would, like, hold a before they would yell cut, she would do some other thing and like, and they would use that in the behind the scenes or something. She was just very like always on and like always delivering amazing content for the.
Yeah, she's definitely talented because of picking up all the qualities of whatever brain sheets, whatever they do, whether they're martial artist, singer, klepto, like I mean, all these different roles she pulls
It's
off perfectly.
Pretty good premise for a show. I don't know if they ever did that before, where like when you eat the brain, you take on the habits or the persona of the brain you ate. I don't know if they ever did that.
Yeah, I think that's the first. No, I think iZombie is the first one to have that idea.
Yeah, it's dope. That's dope. That's pretty fucking good fucking idea.
Yeah,
I was happy to be in that show. I auditioned like anyone. I booked it, and it was just drug dealer at first, right? I just had drug dealer was my character name, and I just sell drugs to Major under a bridge, and then they liked it so much that they brought me back, gave me a name. I came back for like 4 or 5 years. Every couple months I would be there, do a thing. And
let's see.
That character was pretty chill. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but he was a drug dealing zombie.
He was a brain dead zombie. Not really, but she was in Power Rangers RPM, the Yellow Ranger.
What an incredible,
immaculate
career.
That's crazy.
We got Plank Face, we got Yellow Ranger, like working together. Like, what more can you ask for?
They make a new Power Rangers movie and have Plank Face just walk in the background or something. Oh, that would be funny.
Just devouring.
Little Easter egg going on there. There's okay. Anyway, back to I was gonna say about Plank Face. Was there any funny or crazy outtakes that you can recall from that?
I think they kept all the things that shouldn't have ever been seen were the things they put in the movie. But the outtakes. Was there anything funny? I mean, there was this one night where we had banshees like screaming in the woods, like, and then we heard singing and we heard like wolves and shit, and we were filming the horror movie in the woods. It was so yeah. They recorded that. It was terrifying. Yeah, my first horror film, and there was a real banshee. It was pretty scary. Blank face kaiju. I don't know. What does that mean again? Kaiju.
It's a type of movie. Because I was saying like Power Rangers. I forget the term. If you could explain the term again, Steven.
It's too deep a cut. I'm an airhead. I don't know what. They just give me the lines. I memorize the lines. I don't.
Kaiju. It's just a kaiju. It's a sneeze. That's
kaiju.
Like Godzilla. That's like a kaiju.
Oh, good. Like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Shouts out to Japan.
So I forget. There was a short that you did not too long ago, The Pregnant Woman. Was that your first short, or did you do any other shorts prior to your acting?
Yeah, I meant to get you some, but I didn't. But I did I've done so many short films. But that one was dope. That was dope. Again, really dark and like, I don't know why everyone needs to make such dark, horrifying movies all the time, and why I get cast in them. But that was dope. Anna is an incredible filmmaker, and she cast me in that. I'm working on a short film myself right now called Icarus. Icarus Landing. We shot it in Paris. I'll send you the link for the because I'm self-producing and I need some cash to finish it. But we did shoot all of it in Paris, and it's pretty dope. It's super dope.
Some Indiegogo going on for that or whatever.
Yeah, I have a GoFundMe.
Okay, so we'll put the link in later if you want. Once share it out and it's everything. So anything you want to share later, any links or Facebook or whatever you want to do, we'll add that into the chat. So people who do short films, whether they either act or direct in it, do you think it's more beneficial to help evolve in their career?
Very, of course, you got to do that because we're just waiting to be cast, and someone may never cast you, right? You get lucky to get cast at all. I wouldn't mind promoting Nathan. you can promote the fuck out of me, Steven. By any means necessary, we're gonna get this movie done. But my movie Icarus, the premise is, the myth of Icarus.
The sun flying, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the son of this inventor, right? So there's this inventor in ancient Greece, and he creates statues that come alive and like all these incredible technology. And the government was like, whoa, this guy's creating all this crazy technology. It's too advanced. We got to kick him out of here. So he gets banished, and him and his son, they have to flee. So he makes these wings out of feathers and wax, and him and his son, they fly off this cliff, and they're like flying over the ocean. And he's like, son, don't fly too close to the sun because the wax will melt and you'll fall. So Icarus, who I play, he flies too close to the sun. He, in the Icarus myth, he falls from the sky and he is never to be seen again. But in our film, he lands in Paris, like, and washes up on the Seine River and wakes up in a hospital. And then he's running through Paris in a hospital gown, like barefoot, and you can like see his ass. He's just like running through downtown Paris, and like he goes back to the tree where he washed up, and he's crying, and this woman sees him and she's like, what's wrong? And he's like, my father, like, he made these wings, and like he's crying. It's all in French too. The whole film is in French.
Okay.
And then she's like, your French is really bad. He's like, yeah, it's not my first language.
Exactly.
It's cool. It's a dope movie, and we shot all of it. It's all done. We just need to edit it and do the sound and put it out. So I just need a couple G. That's all.
What would be interesting also, like an idea, like say he falls and like he still has the wings on, or maybe someone like mistakes him as an angel or something. That would have been interesting.
Okay, we'll do it again.
So
we'll rewrite it.
There you go. Yeah, you got to rewrite it because of me. That's the idea. That'll get you the money.
Fuck yeah.
I was to say, Ellie Church. She's done a lot of different horror movies.
Yes.
Were you aware of her prior to meeting her, or did you know her at the time?
No, my friend who put me in touch with Scott in the beginning.
Yeah, how'd you get involved in playing face?
Okay. So I'm a musician, right? I was touring with a band called Blackberry Wood, and there's this guy named Burns the Dragon who I was touring with. And Burns, he has horns, like he actually had horns implanted on his, and he's tattooed his eyes and he's split his tongue.
Is that the dude who goes by Enigma or whatever, and he's been in Ripley's Believe It or Not, or is this a different guy that does it?
No, it's same vibe, but different guy.
Okay, all right.
These cats are out there. They like really committed.
Showing graft horns and
huge tattoo all over his body, and he's literally got horns. His girlfriend, what's her name? Yeah, she's the one who put me in touch with these guys, and I submitted for something, and then they were like, "Oh, this guy is clearly a fearless actor," so they were like, auditioned him for this film, and that's how I met them. And then I watched all the movies, and Ellie Church is the star of the movie Harvest
Lake.
Lake.
Harvest Lake.
And,
that's an interesting movie.
They did like really kind of interesting things, and stuff that I would never in a million years seek out myself, but that I was like, this is really interesting. So I was like, there's a people who are watching this stuff, and I was like amazed. Like I was like, like what? Like there's a market. There's a group of people watching who are down with this nut eating, like eating nuts. Like, what are you, prairie oysters, right?
Yeah, there's a fan base for everything apparently.
Yo, this is crazy. It's amazing. So I was like really stoked to like go into a new environment with a whole different clique of people, and like when I arrived in Indiana to shoot Plank Phase, they picked me up and they brought me to where I would stay, which was in this basement of this horror fanatic's house, and it was like all like DVDs and like just horror things everywhere. Was horror stuff, like indie horror films everywhere, and I was like, this is real. Like this is the ultimate horror movie experience. Like I got to hang out with all of them and learn how real it, how deep it goes, how obsessed people are with this stuff, and it's like I was into it, and so I got to be involved in that and like get a dose. I definitely got a dose of it.
Yeah, all at once there. Just here you go. This is.
Oh yeah, you interviewed Juan Riedinger.
Yes, I did. From this, It Stains the Sands Red, and what else? Black Christmas. Yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff. So
that's dope. So he is in the movie that is going to Newport Beach Film Fest. It's called Crawdaddy.
Okay.
It's Juan and I, Cassandra Voss, Naomi Vogt, were in this film, and we're for two couples during the COVID lockdown, and we're this is our bubble. It's the four of us, right? And then we have this kind of like romantic thing where my girl falls for him, she falls for my cousin, and then she has this kind of, she's like, she needs to have this threesome with her cousin and her man, right? And like she becomes obsessed. It's like what happens when you're like, you know, trapped with a small group of people or something like that, and like you become bored or something. I don't know. Like you'll see. Go see the movie Crawdaddy. I already said too much. It's the greatest movie of all time, next to Plank Face. And I think Plank Face might be the worst movie of all time.
It's the worst best movie, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could get one of those awards, like the worst.
It should get an award on the Chainsaw Awards. On Shudder. Yeah.
We should get that. We should get one of those. I would love to hear it ranked.
Yeah.
Peace out, Chad. Rick.
Chad Rick. Yeah, he's got film. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I forget what it is. It's going to be on. I believe it's going to be on Amazon. It's about a killer. Oh my god, I forget the killer's name right now. I feel so bad. I'll have to look it up. Steven, if you're still here, what's the name of this movie again? It's sort of like a Dexter thing about a serial killer. I feel so bad. I can't remember the killer's name.
Yeah, man.
But when I remember it, though, I'll put it in the link, though. He's a cool guy. It's definitely.
Shame on you, Steven.
I'm such a bad friend. Oh, my God.
Yeah, come on. You should know.
Malcolm. I remember now. Malcolm. I knew it started with an M, but Michael, no, that's Michael Myers, Malcolm. So yeah, it's called Malcolm. So everybody check that out. The movie will be coming out. So
Malcolm, I played Malcolm in the Scottish play, Shakespeare play. You can't say the name of the play, but I was playing Malcolm, who's like the prince guy who comes and kind of saves the day at the end. Yeah. But I played that role, and I was thinking how also fucked up that play, the Scottish play, is.
Yeah. Talking about Crawdaddy there, I think.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, it will be available at one point. They won't even give me the hyperlink to watch the film. They're so annoying. They're like, we gotta build the hype for the big release. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. So I don't even know like what the final cut looks like now. I have no say. I wanted to get the final cut say for Plank Face. I was like, guys, I'm really worried. Like, this movie's too cracked out. It's too crazy. Like, you gotta let me look at the final cut.
Are they gonna come out with an unrated version?
Yo,
I don't think.
How can you unrate that? Like,
I don't think it could be worse than that.
It can't be worse than it was. No. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah. So the Scottish play, right? Like, so in theater as a thespian, you do these performances because you want to show the world what not to do, right? You don't have to go kill all these people to get power, like, you know, in the Scottish play. You don't have to get lost in the woods and get a mask burnt on your face and eat some dude's nuts. You know, like, we'll do that as actors, so you, the regular person, don't have to go there.
Exactly.
That's our gift to 7 out of 8 on IMDb. Woo! Thank you. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's but I still stand by that. It could be maybe the worst movie of all time.
No, there's some ones out there that, yeah.
But it's like, to be the worst of the worst. It's like it's not that it doesn't stand up as a film, and it's not that it's not entertaining, but it's just so fucked up, you know, like there's so many elements of how
fucked up, yeah,
and how fucked up it was. Yeah, like
on the fucked up meter, he put an 8 on the fucked
yeah, it's 8. Thank you for that, man. On IMDb.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I should check that out. But yeah, yeah. So if you haven't seen Plank Face, you should know in advance that I get raped at gunpoint by an old lady.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Check it out on Tubi, folks. It's all there. And it's wonderful gloriness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the glory of Plank Face.
Goriness. Yeah.
The glory. We got to do a sequel. You're right. We got to do a sequel.
Got to do a sequel. That'd be awesome.
And I want my strip club scene where I'm castrating dudes. And so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be in there. And there's got to be a kid too, like one that survived, even though all the other ones didn't survive. But
like
that'd be awesome.
The son, like that I raise as to be Plank Face Junior kind of thing. And
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be really fucked up. And I don't know how that would go. Yeah. Oh my god. Holy shit. That would be so fucked up. Yeah,
you have to make him a teenager so that way an 18-year-old can play a young-looking teenager, though. But yeah, yeah, having like a little 8-year-old there, that'd be best. One little hatchet.
Yeah, look. It's like nuts flying everywhere.
It's not a pacifier.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, I went there. So like I said,
good for you, man.
Okay. Is there anyone you would like to work with that you haven't yet?
I mean, it's interesting now. Like it's so interesting. Like we do these kind of bootleg underground films where we do all this insane shit, right? But this is the kind of shit that they do in Hollywood as like a rites of passage to like hate, like the hazing rituals for the Hollywood elite and shit like that. So it's like, I don't know if I want to ever be part of that, you know? I mean, and like the people that I grew up watching who I wanted to work with, they're all fucked. So it's like, and they all, you know, none of them took a position, or very few of them took any kind of position, meaningful position over the last few years. So it's like, I feel like they're all bought, you know? Almost everyone that we see in the mainstream public eye, like all these influencers, they're all bought. It's like, so it's like I used to want to work with in that you know, but I'm fucking so not interested, you know. It's like, but also, you know, obviously Al Pacino, I would have, you know, I'd love to work with Al Pacino. I would have preferred to have done it like 15 years ago, but I definitely. He's getting really fucking old now. But did you see he had a kid though with his 29-year-old? He's 70, 78, or he's like
I didn't hear that. No.
I follow his career because he's to me he was the biggest influence, probably Al Pacino growing up.
Yeah.
Like but who would I like to work with? Maybe there's like indie stuff that I would.
Or even in indie world too, if there's anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, did you see El Topo?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh my god, there's so many dope indie filmmakers out there. Like, El Topo is. I'll send you a El Topo trailer. It's so good.
I'll have to check out. And sometimes independent stuff is even better than mainstream. Some of the stuff sometimes it's.
Fuck yeah! I mean, you'll see if you guys see Crawdaddy, you'll see like what how incredible it can be. You know, like we didn't do you know, it was extremely low budget, but we pulled out this feature, and I'm like, this is stands up. It's like you can do some really dope shit for pretty cheap, like even like Plank Face. You know what I mean? Like it's like. That would it's simple, but it
works.
It worked. You know. Oh, hold on, just El Topo. I forget what his name is. El Topo. Where are you? IMDb. Hold up. It's actually Plank Face has a better rating than El Topo. on IMDb, which is
it's because of
totally impossible. Thank you, Steven.
He pulled it over the top for you.
Thanks, man. You know, I don't know if this is justified, but it is what it is. Hold up. Where's the credits? I need this guy's name. Yeah, man. But yeah, there's so many. I just want to get out. Like, there's this amazing Iranian director I met at Vahid Rabbani. Like, there's all these different. There's a lot of foreign directors I'd like to work with and stuff like that. There's so many dope projects happening all the time, and I'd like to produce my own films and make more of my own stuff. Tell stories that are unpopular or that would never get made in the mainstream or stuff like that. You know, there's so many stories that don't get told. You know, and like historical stuff that is so incredible that they're, you know, things that get scrubbed from history but are so incredible. Like the real stuff is far more intriguing than, you know, what we're presented with. It's like, so I'd love to tell that kind of stuff, tell stories like that.
Nice. That sort of falls into a question that I was going to ask you about, like, is there any type of character you'd like to portray that you haven't yet?
No, I'm done.
Like, I'm done. I'm
retired, man. I'm retired. I'm just gonna play trumpet from now on. You know?
Yeah, that's it.
I have a gig tonight. I have to wear all white, and I'm just playing New Orleans jazz stuff on the trumpet. But yeah, as far as roles, like my favorite role, just wish what happened to Ellis.
Ellie's character had been tied up.
Yeah, it's too bad Ellie, you know, we had to eat her brains because she won't, unless she gets like a cameo in the next one. She's like, or she somehow magically comes back with.
Oh, her twin. No, she has a twin sister that's searching for her.
There we go. Yeah, we need that story to be followed through. Where is Ellie, right?
Yeah.
That's important to point
out.
Because
is anybody looking for Max and Ellie? Like, nobody cares about them, you know? So she has a twin sister that's searching for her. There we go.
Where is my sister? Yeah, that's good. And then he would see her and she'd be the twin and he'd flash, and then childhood photos of the twins and him, and whoa, and then obviously
maybe some of his old life is coming back to him. Yeah, there we go.
Man, this is great.
Well, we'll talk later. Yeah, we'll make this happen.
Really good brainstorming session.
That tends to happen on the show. We'll talk about movie ideas. It's like, hey, we should do this.
This is a great idea. A very great idea.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes, indeed.
Director name of El Topo. Here it is. It's loading.
Like the old internet dial-up being real slow.
Alejandro Jodorowsky. Really, really beautiful films with like colors and like symbolism and uncomfortable things, but really huge scope, and like really, like at one point they have these frogs dressed up as like Roman soldiers, and they're all real frogs wearing these costumes, and then they just like blow up all these frogs, like stuff that you could never do today, like with like PETA and like you know, animal rights organizations. But he just does these insane things. Yeah, he's like a kind of not a plank face guy, but
only the animals.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so what are you up to? You got 4 movies coming out this year. That's crazy, man.
So yeah, November is Amityville Turkey Day. I have like about 7 to 10 lines in it. I did a remote scene from home, but hey, I'm in an Amityville movie, so that's fine. And it's a Will Colazzo movie who did Camp Blood 9, and because of my role in Amityville Turkey Day, he was like, hey, I got a part for you in Camp Blood 9. So I'm like, great. So I play like a dick director perv of Lame Ass, which is like a spoof of Jackass, where we play pranks trying to scare people at Camp Blood with the clown, and then the real clown shows up. I did a Mark Polonia movie. Jeff Kirkendall wrote it, called The Stalking, about killer plants. That'll probably be sometime next year. And and then cheerleader elimination we're going to film in like the second or third week of January. So
yeah.
And if there's any, and if they call me for anything else, I'm there.
It's high. It's high art, you know. Like these are the. This is the.
Plank Face 2. I'll be there for that. You know, just a heads up, everybody. But shh, you heard it first here.
Yeah, you and me were brothers in it, and Ellie's coming back as a twin.
Or I'm helping her search for it. Yeah, you're my brother, and yeah, there we go.
Or yeah, you're with Ellie. Maybe you're.
There we go. Yeah.
Or you're the private eye that she hires.
There we go.
You somehow have managed to trace me, and then then I'm castrating the guys in the strip club like my dream.
There you go. Yeah. Dang, all these ideas we got going on for this sequel day. Also on the IMDb, I saw you did a small part in Supernatural. Which episode was that? It said like janitor or victim. I'm trying to remember what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know what episode it was, but I did do a thing. It was like an 80s. It was like a spoof of an 80s horror movie. It was funny. So I kind of have this weird horror thing that I keep coming back to horror things. So yeah,
I like Supernatural.
Ooh.
Got the devil's trap. Yeah.
God damn. Yeah. So fucking I just auditioned for that part and they gave it to me. But it was like I was like a janitor, like listening to music on headphones, like mopping.
I think I remember that. I'll have to go back. I mean, I've seen so many, you know, and I'll have to. And
then I see a chocolate bar hanging in the vending machine. I stick my arm in and I'm like trying to get it out. And my arm gets stuck. I'm like, oh no. And then I look around and there's like an axe murderer coming in. I'm like, and then
was that the one where the wax museum, the figures were coming to life, I think, or something? Was it that episode?
I actually don't know. I never watched the episode, but that was my.
I'll check it out though. I'll track it down though. I got them all. So
good. Yeah, I'm pretty bad. I don't really watch TV, but I definitely like making things. Supernatural mint condition TV episode 2018. Nathan Barret as janitor victim.
Okay,
janitor victim.
So yeah, that'll be the episode. I'll look up the seasons and be like, oh, that's the season. All right, yeah.
Yeah, that show is crazy. Is that still going? That show?
No, they ended it, but they're thinking about like coming back and doing something. They want to do something else, but I mean, the way it ended, it was a good ending. But of course, they can always do more, you know. So. And Jared and Jensen, I know, are up for doing some sort of reunion, maybe if it happens. So we'll see. So I'll probably make it happen. But so how was it though, going from like doing some independent movies to television series? How was that leap for you?
Good. For me, it was mostly theater. Like I went to theater school in Montreal. For 3 years, pretty good school in Montreal, or National Theatre School of Canada. Really intensive conservatory style training. So I did like 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then Saturdays we went 10 to 5 for 3 years, doing like breathing and diction and impulse work and contact improv and like anything you can name, like Alexander technique, all these different acting techniques we were trained in. And I'm classically trained theater actor, so I did a bunch of Shakespeare right after theater school. I did like Romeo and did a bunch of plays. I did like 30 plays in like 8 years or something crazy. And then I moved back home to Vancouver with a play called 4,000 Miles, and I did that theater play where I was like leading that. And then I hunkered down here, started auditioning for TV, and but yeah, I did do a ton of short films before, and a lot of them aren't out like online or anything. Like, or it's not on my IMDb or anything. But I have like a bunch of projects out there. Like,
are any of them on YouTube?
Unfinished. There's one. Yeah, that's the one I wanna send to you, because it's this one in particular is a zombie horror thing that I wanted to share with you, and I'll find it. Because there's this casting director in Toronto, Stephanie Goring, who I did this film for her son, and I acted in this film, and then she got me a couple auditions afterwards. And but yeah, it's like a guy's riding a bike but he's got a shotgun and like the zombies trying to attack the cyclists. They're cyclists on a race. It's like a Tour de France, but with shotguns, and they're shooting zombies while riding their bikes through the forest. And then at the end, you'll see. But yeah, I'll send that one to you. That's a YouTube.
Okay, and then I'll share that link too and everything so people can see as well also. And then another show you did a little role on The Flash. Are you a Marvel or DC fan?
Again, man, it's all like now it's like I feel like they're all sold out. But before, like I don't have preference, but Deadpool for sure was like the one for me when I was young. Like, I was like, this is so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a Street Fighter guy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, Blanca in Street Fighter?
Yep.
Yeah.
In the live action movie though, their version sucked. He was skinny. I was like, that's bad. Like the worst video game adaptation ever.
That's the worst movie of all time.
Sure. Yeah. Well, wait, Mario Brothers wasn't that good either of adaptation.
And the guy from the Addams Family was in it, right? And he died in the making of it.
Oh, Raul Julia. He was General Bison. Yeah.
Nice, deep cut.
So
Blanca. I want to play Blanca at one point.
A real Blanca.
That's the role. That's the role I want to play is Blanca. I want to turn green, have orange hair, and just like.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see a good Street Fighter movie. He's like, I'm coming after you, Bison. It's just Zanga, or not? Was it Zanga, or what's the tall dude's name with the beard? And he's like, when the TV, it was the camera was on. He's like, change the channel. This was shit. Like
so bad.
Oh my god!
I love that shit. But yeah, it's some of these shitty movies stick with us, and like it's interesting what we get exposed to growing up. Like it doesn't have to be good or high art for you to get inspired by.
Yeah. Let's see. I know you said you're playing tonight. We're a little over an hour here. You can stay longer if you like, but it's been an hour already. I mean, so
shucks. Yeah, I'm playing not for another 3 hours, but we can go for 3 more hours. Well,
I mean, whatever you want. I mean, yeah, if you're here, you're here. So I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Zangief was the Russian. Steve put something up here. Zangief was the Russian guy. Deja was the black guy that was the bad guy in Street Fighter. Okay. So yeah, we can just have him look up all the stuff that we don't know.
Thank you. Yeah.
Steve's the researcher for us. So titles, kind of Power Ranger, whatever.
Yeah, we're just dumb actors,
Yeah. We don't know what we do. We just show up and do our stuff, and that's
it. Yeah. I really believe that, I think the dumber the actors, the better the quality. I'm not saying dumb.
The dumber we are, the better we act.
It's like, well, there's certain information we don't need to know, right? Mm-hmm. And I like that element of TV and film creation. It's like, or even theater. It's like back in the day, whenever Shakespearean times, Shakespeare would write his scripts, and the actors would only get their lines. They would get a cue line for their line, and then they get their lines, and then it would all be empty. You don't get the whole script, right? Because it's too crazy. Like before, he was writing everything by hand, and also the actors would only have their lines and the cue line, right? So they'd be listening for their cue line and then go in and say their thing, right? Mm-hmm. You don't even have the full script, right? At that point, and yet you can go in and the audience buys it, and like as long as you're committed and there's high stakes, it's great. So it's kind of interesting that you could arguably produce a film where like the actors have no idea what the premise is. They just have their lines memorized.
Yep.
Their own lines, and then they just throw them on set and give them that. Okay, go your line now.
You hear that line as soon as you hear your cue, you're good.
That's your cue. So that actor doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't even know what the film is about. He's just shows up, give him the clothes. He knows his lines. Get out there. So it's like mushrooms. Feed them shit, keep them in the dark. That's what I think you should do with actors. Speaking as an actor. So. Yeah.
That's what they did when I did my remote scene for Amityville Turkey Day. I just had my lines, no one else's, and I just did my lines that they're going to splice into the movie. All I can tell is like something in a court scene apparently, but I just went for it and like whatever. So I'll see how it turns out. I'm sure it's going to be good. So it's a
Yeah.
it's a mystery part. Unlike the other ones where I got my script, this was just, I guess because it was so little, just dude, here's your lines and that's it. But
That's awesome.
So, but
yeah, those little parts are fantastic.
It's still fun. I don't care. I mean, I can say I'm in an Amityville movie, so I don't care.
Amityville is like a chainsaw thing, right?
Amityville. That's the haunted house. Amityville. Originally there was murders in the house. Yeah. I forget the first one. I forget if it came out in the 70s. Who was in it now? His father. Was it Margot Kidder was there? Or I'm thinking something else.
Do you believe
it's a.
Do you believe in like supernatural stuff like that?
Oh, I've seen ghosts or been. I was in the most haunted house in Florida, where this guy. It was on Unsolved Mysteries and everything. My dad worked in the house after the original people were in. Donna moved in, who he knew and worked in that house. But this guy, they never caught who killed him. He gambled, so they figured someone he owed money to. They set his truck on fire in the middle of the night. Came out and they shot him in the driveway. And then the first people that moved in, the woman, it's a really cool house because you can go up through the kitchen or the stairs up to the attic, and then the attic goes down to the kitchen, back through the screen door. It's a really cool setup. And the woman, when her and her husband were looking for houses, she's like, the realtor was saying, "Oh, this is interesting. If you go up here, it'll come down the kitchen." And she's like, out through the screen door, she's like, "I dreamed of this house." So they ended up moving out. The ghost stood over the kid's bed, freaked them out, moved the boat, all this stuff, and they were just like gone. They didn't stay there any longer. And when Donna moved in, he would move keys, she'd turn around, items would be moved. There was one day she had the windows all open and it was going to rain and it was storming. She was trying to hurry up and make it home. All the windows were closed and locked. So it's some weird stuff.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
And I was hoping to maybe get a picture of either like an orb or apparition or something, just I felt like I was being watched, like someone was in the attic with me, but I didn't like catch anything on film. Let's see. Oh, Cal's here. Welcome.
What's up, Kal-El? Stephen King. What's up, baby? Hey, everyone.
So,
yeah, Stephen King.
I did a whole supernatural show. If you want to check out, I'll send you the link. I've told stories of stuff that happened. And Steve Rimpici, who does the voice of Duke and Carousel. I don't know if you're familiar with those or not. The Killer Unicorn. They're hilarious. It's a carousel horse that comes to life and starts killing people. But he's into like he does hypnosis and he's into the paranormal. And we did like a whole 2-hour show. Talk about UFOs, ghosts, psychics, all that stuff, encounters. Lou Taylor Pucci, he was filming Carriers with Chris Pine. And where they were staying was like some haunted hotel. And he told a story how they saw the same girl. And he didn't really want to mention it, but he heard Chris telling the story. He's like, "Dude, I saw the same girl." And then his toilet paper moved and just a whole bunch of stuff. So, but
yeah, that's same when we shot Plank Face, man. That was like a banshee. Or that's what they were saying. That I was like, this sounds like wolves or some kind of terrible pterodactyl creature, like and I was like, we just heard it in the night, and we're shooting this terrifying shit as well. So it was all very when you do dramatize these very psycho situations. What up? You may invoke certain entities, that may want to bother you.
So besides that, in Plank Face, any other encounters or anything ever happened?
Yeah,
in your
I've
life?
had lots of things, but for me, it's more like I'm a yogi, right? And so when you do chanting in Sanskrit, you chant for hours or something around a fire, and it's kind of like you're invoking energies from other realms to visit you, to even pass through you. And that's actually what they're up to, these bauls, these monks, you know. And that's why I've done that kind of thing, because I'm a yogi, you know. And I do yoga and meditation. So you kind of like clear your mind, right? And you become this kind of clear slate. And then that leaves you more open, actually, to these kind of ethereal energies. And I've definitely encountered them, multiple different things. And some of them are like the stereotypical things, like Hanuman, the monkey god. Like I've encountered the monkey god, the Hindu monkey god, right? So it's like, but then I had this one moment where I left my body in meditation, and I like suddenly was in infinite white space, and I'm just hovering with my legs crossed, and I can kind of see myself from the outside. And then there's this huge gray entity creature above me meditating with its eyes closed. And it was like a big kind of like a whale. It looked like a whale, big mouth with an eye, and he's above me, right? And, I was meditating underneath it and observing. And as soon as my mind started to talk and ask questions, like, yo, what the fuck is that? You know, what's going on here, you know? Because before that, it was kind of placid, no thoughts, no words in my mind, which gives you the kind of space to enter these different realms, right? As soon as I started asking questions, I like felt something in my back, and I returned to my body, and I'm like, whoa, what happened, right? And then I go to my yoga instructor. I'm like, yo, I left my body. Something crazy happened. She's like, yeah, phenomena like that does occur. Like, no big deal. Like, what?
No big deal. You're good.
I fucking left my body, man. Like, there was a giant creature, man.
Yeah, you're telling me this is normal?
This is normal. And it actually, it is not normal, but it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it's not actually unique, right? So later on, I'm with my yoga teacher, and I asked her about it again, and I was like, yo, well, you remember that when I left my body? It was, you know, it's infinite white, and there's this giant gray creature. She's like, yeah, that's Vishnu's couch. So it's actually a thing, right? And then she opens up this book, Hindu text, right? Like some book, and there's a picture from like 800 years ago with a dude meditating in big red parachute pants, like you know, old school, like MC Hammer pants from India back in the day. So he's meditating, but there's like cobra heads, like dozen cobra heads above him. But proportionately, it was the same as what I saw, and it was gray, and it was same proportion. But I was like, but what I saw was just one head, right? And it wasn't a cobra. Then she turns the page, an even older picture, kind of chicken scratch drawing, like an oval like that, gray head, dude underneath, that white backdrop. I'm like, that's fucking what happened, dude. Like, that's what I fucking experienced, bro. And then I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, I didn't see that picture. I haven't seen it since, you know? So it's like, what's that about? You know, like, why are they these things that are not unique? Like, it's happened before to other dudes meditating in the past. Why is it? And then later on, I was baked at a party, and I was watercolor with some watercolor paints, and I like painted what I experienced, right? And I was looking at it, I was kind of baked. I was like, that kind of looks like a sperm. You know, like that gray oval head, you know, with the tail, and then I'm under it meditating. I'm like, was I, when I was meditating, did I like teleport under some dude's nuts just for a split second?
Or maybe it was you before you.
Or maybe I was in my own nuts.
You were in your own.
Possibly.
Who knows?
But I think that it's possible that it was like a reincarnation thing, right? Like if we're meditating and if reincarnation is potentially real, maybe when we die, we like go under some dude's nuts. You bust the nut. We're flying under the sperms, like, and we're like just like meditating under it, like, whoa, like,
new life. Here we go.
In the womb. Reboot.
Let's restart. Yeah.
That's the meaning of life, guys. You're welcome.
He answered the meaning of life on our show. That's amazing.
Blank face.
Blank face knows it all.
Blank face has the answers.
What was that? I remember I wasn't born yet, but my cousin, I think when he was younger, they were saying how out of nowhere he would like speak German out of nowhere.
Exactly. How is that possible? How? Yeah, exactly. Reincarnations for sure.
Like, how's a kid know German that's like random?
Or know like stories. And,
yeah.
Or be a virtuoso piano player, never having,
There's a whole bunch of reincarnation stories of people having memories of past lives, and
it's awesome.
So, yeah, in October sometime, I don't know, I got to talk to Steve again, but I called it last year Paranormal Palooza, where it was just all stuff like that. So we're gonna do it again in October, probably like Paranormal Palooza Part 2. And if you want to come on too, you're welcome. You can talk more about that and all that. If you're interested, I'll let you know, and we'll do a whole panel on it. So
yeah, let's do a panel on paranormal shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you would call that paranormal shit, but it's like.
Yeah, well, more than paranormal, spiritual. I mean, but it's everything though. But I just wanted to call it something that had a little.
It's all connected, man.
Yeah.
Plank face is just an incarnation of Shakti. No. The destroyer and creation and destruction.
Yeah.
The eating of the nuts,
Becoming, and then you giant sperm.
And then I become a sperm. And these things don't happen by accident.
It's all connected. There was I had a couple of weird things happen when I was younger. I swear, I forget. I was at my Taekwondo class, and when I was younger, my dad used to call me boy, like Tarzan's like a little joke boy, from the movie. And when I was doing push-ups, I was like kind of getting tired into it. And he had this look on his face. And in my head, I heard him echoing in my head, like, and he had that look on his face, like when he said boy, and it was like echoing really loud in my head, like I was reading his thoughts. It was crazy. It was echoing. I was like, because it was weird. I thought I was going crazy. Like, why am I hearing this voice in my head? And like I do it. And after class, I had asked him what he was thinking. I go, by any chance, were you thinking your nickname for me? And he goes, I'm not really sure, but maybe. So that was weird, like hearing his thoughts.
Yeah. And people are telepathic. You probably were hearing his thoughts.
And then I had a dream where I was like there watching it. When I was still in Taekwondo, when I was younger, I had a dream that my mom was at Walmart and I was watching this. I was there, but I wasn't there. And she just came up to some kid who I guess thought he was lost. And she was all like, did you lose your mommy or daddy? And then like didn't answer her. And she goes, let's go up to customer service and they'll help. And then some guy came and said, oh, that's my son. I was looking for him. And he went with him. He hugged, like, you could tell that they were related. He knew his father. And I was like, that's a weird dream. Why did I dream that? And so as she was taking me and some friends up to the class, she goes, oh, the weirdest thing happened yesterday at Walmart. I was there. There was this kid, and I guess he was lost. I went up to him, and I go, did you lose your mommy or daddy? And like I finished her sentence, and she was like, yeah. And I was like, was he wearing this straight? And like I described what he was wearing, and I told the story, and she was just like, that's exactly 100% everything that happened.
Damn. It's like you're dialed in with that person for whatever reason. Like,
I mean,
there's no logic, but it's like, it's real. It's definitely real.
It was just really weird that I described it. And I guess sometimes too, like I've heard some stuff, like sometimes kids can be more in tone with certain things or seeing ghosts or having, stuff like that. And so maybe I was, and as I got older, I lost it or I didn't focus on it. But I mean, I don't know if that's something some people might believe you can train to, tone it up or whatever you want to call it.
Cultivate that. Yeah.
So it's like, why couldn't that happen though with the lottery numbers? That's what I need. I need to have a dream with the lottery numbers.
Yeah.
Then I can produce all the movies I want.
Yeah. Why don't you do that? You should focus on that.
But
focus on learning the lottery numbers.
It's like, please just show me, and I'll donate too. I won't be greedy, but so I'll share the wealth.
Better. You better, man. You owe me big time after this interview. You owe me at least $4 million.
I'm gonna have to start charging by the hour, right?
I need $4 million down payment. So Plank Face 2, 3.
It's going to be the biggest budget,
4,
worst movie ever.
5. We're going to make them worse every time.
Exactly.
Plank Face was the worst movie of all time. Plank Face 5, the worst. It will take the place of Plank Face.
Yep.
We're stacking it.
Definitely.
Some kind of super stack.
Super stack.
Super stack.
Plank Face. Yeah, that'll work. Whatever. I was trying to think of something clever, but I failed.
Yeah.
So.
Timberhead. I don't know. Yeah.
Timberhead. Plank Face and Timberhead. His son called his son Timberhead. There we go. That'll be his son.
It's my son Timberhead.
Timberhead.
Hey, Cletus. Get some bark on your face and let's go castrate some guys in town. Come on, son. Grab your hatchet. I got my axe. This is my son Cletus. I'm Plank Face. He's Timberhead. We do everything together.
Have you seen the Hillbilly Horror Show? It's a trilogy and it's hosted by these hillbillies, and then there's like different stories to them. It's called the Hillbilly Horror Show. His name, one of them is Cletus, and I forget their cousin's name, but she comes out like, and they're just like the biggest hillbillies.
Yeah, hillbillies are great. Like everyone wants to use that accent. I've done some really. Can I tell you a funny story?
Go for it.
So when I was in this is really offensive, but I'm just gonna go there anyway.
You can say whatever on here. Warning: there is offensive material, but fuck it. If you can't handle it, get the hell out.
Look, I mean, this is the Plank Face fucking crew right here. Right? Yeah. So I was out in Prague a long time ago, and I was just touring Europe alone, and I went to a wine and cheese. I walked through a wine and cheese festival in central Prague, which is Czech Republic. It's like beautiful, beautiful place. And I met this guy. He ended up putting me up. So I stayed at his place, and he was American. He was from New York, and he spoke German. He spoke Czech. He spoke English. He spoke, I think, Danish or something too. And he did both voiceover work for a lot of commercials, and he was working in the industry as like a translator, and people resonated with him. He was sort of like a cool guy. So he was in the industry, and anyways, he was I don't know him now. I didn't get his contacts or anything like that, but I stayed with him there, and on his couch. He was gay, and I wasn't, down with that. He was really nice to me. He was helped me out a lot.
Right.
But he was definitely down, right? He was definitely down. I was just, thank you. But we went to get weed from one of his friends who was a middle-aged gay man in Prague. But he was Czech, and he was a drug dealer there, and he was selling weed to us. And so we go.
Your inspiration for iZombie.
Right. Yeah. I took that. That's where I got all of Tanner's stuff was from the gay Czech guy. But it was awesome. And I went there, and the dude I was with, I don't even fucking remember his name. I'm so bad with people and names, but I've had some awesome experiences. But he's like, we should fuck with this guy since you're an actor, right? So let's do something like you can do an accent, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like, okay, look, what do you want to do? I'm like, well, I could do New York, cause he's like, Jersey or something. He's like, and I'm like, well, I can do like, I'm from the South, and I just came out of military training, and I just came out of the closet, and so on, So like, he was like, yeah, that's a good character, right? Because they're all gay, right? So I was just like, this is good. So I decide to do this accent, and I'm like fresh out of theater school, so I just like full on committed to the accent, and I'm just like full on. This guy 100% buys it, right? And it's just like, and then Michael, his name is Michael. Michael leaves the table, and I'm left with the dude, the drug dealer, who's like a friend, right? He's like they're very close, and I'm there drinking beer with him, and I'm like, like, yeah, I was in training and I wasn't responding very well to the brainwashing, and they took me out of my cot at night and they dragged me into the gymnasium. And they say, Cletus, I forget what my name was, but
Right.
you're gonna suck all their cocks, and they were all lined up, and I did, right? And the guy who I'm telling the story to, he starts crying, right? And I'm like, fuck, like, I felt so bad, right? Because like I took him on this journey, and he actually resonated with that story, right? So it's really dangerous power we have as actors and character actors, So I broke character right away. But as soon as he started crying, I was like, I'm an actor. I'm from Canada. I'm sorry. And he's like, what? Like he was like, he was like, what the fuck? Like he kind of freaked out. And and then Michael came back from the washroom and he's crying and he's angry and he's like, Michael, what the fuck, right? And then I was like, he told me to do it. I'm sorry. Like, and the guy was like, to me, he's like, you're fine, but Michael, fuck you for getting him to do that. You fucked with my head, And but yeah, I can pretend to be American and get away with it in certain contexts. That was my point. Anyways, really shameful stories all around. Plank face will haunt me forever. It's good. It's good to just put your balls out for everyone to see. Fuck it, I mean, maybe if I want to go into politics, it will stop me from.
It'll haunt you. It'll come back and be like, I don't know. He was in this thing called Plank Face. So
yeah, if you Google me, like it pops up. It pops up.
No pun intended.
Yeah, it really pops up. Oh my god, yeah. Just to not every actor gets to be raped at gunpoint by
an old lady,
an octogenarian. Yeah, an old lady. Yeah.
That's one definitely the
bucket list.
Bucket list. Yeah.
Why we do these things. But yeah, I think I've dropped enough knowledge on you for now, man. But
yeah,
you're awesome, man. Thanks for reaching out and supporting the arts as they were.
One last question I always ask everybody. Did get into a little bit with the whole yoga thing, but any other interesting facts or hobbies or anything that you want to share, or talents or whatever?
Yeah, I'm an activist. So I was arrested for blockading old growth trees last year, and protecting old growth trees. Old growth trees are trees like over 300 years or 200 years, not second growth, old growth, right? So we have in British Columbia, where I live, we have old growth left. We have quite a bit of it left, but they're always under attack by the industries and the money. They want to cut all the trees down and use that wood for whatever, right? It's money, right? But I'm like, yo, stop, just chill. Like, don't cut down the trees. Oh shit, here I go. Like, that's what happened, right? So they processed me. I got the ticket, civil disobedience or mischief, they call it, right? So so yeah, like, and that's not where my activism stops, right? I've been involved in all types of activism. Yeah, we just encourage people to, not be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. Don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do as well. I really believe that. And because there's some seriously fucked up shit going on in the world right now, right? I'm sure you may have heard about some of it, and it's all happening, and it's all been happening, right? It's not new.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the mask is off now. The plank face has been
revealed. Yeah.
Turns out it's super shady. Really fucked up shit going on. So, I mean, as we dramatize all the fucked up shit in these horror movies, it's like, it's good because I think that's a real aspect of a dimension of humanity, right? But there's other shit that is important as well. like, you know, the old growth trees and bodily autonomy and all these things, you know, like these are worth your time as well, you know.
Right.
You know, that's what I believe. I mean, I just think I have to do shit like that as well. Yeah, obey or being. Like, I will eat your nuts. If you cut down an old growth tree, I'm fucking coming and I'm gonna castrate. You know, shit. It's not. But yeah, if we could merge reality with the films we've done, we should never do that.
No, probably not.
And we'll go to jail.
You'll really go to jail for that.
I'd already
more than for some mischief there or whatever.
Yeah. Civil disobedience, guys. Stand up.
Mischief. You ate that guy's nuts. You caused some mischief. There you go.
Yeah, indeed. Exactly. And that's my point. Is also, I wanted to make that clear. I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Censorship, right? Like, I can't talk about you know, like we can't talk about that on this platform because we'll get deleted, right? But we can talk about getting raped at gunpoint by an old lady and having a grave for aborted, you know, like, you know, like this. It's like all this fucked up shit that, that's fine, right?
Yeah, it's weird how some things don't want to censor, and then other stuff that's not, that you think would be. It's like
interesting, right? Yeah, so maybe follow the shit that's getting deleted off the internet, and if it's being deleted, then maybe that requires your attention, you know.
There was this comedian that was saying something how from the song "Baby It's Cold Outside," something was saying it was too. I forget how he worded it, but he goes, and then here's the number 1 song. I want to fuck your put. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. And the "Fuck Joe Biden" anthem that got deleted. You remember that?
I think.
Oh shit, we're on live right now. But yeah. Like, you remember that got deleted, right? That was the number 1 tune on iTunes, and they had to pull it down, right? So it's like, you know, the land of the free, you know. So it's like, you know, there's so many license plates in the States where it's like "live free or die," you know, or like you know, but it's like, you guys better fucking deal with that shit, because there's some really good music that's being censored out there.
It's weird. And like, what is it now? I heard something too, like they're not releasing any more copies of Gone with the Wind, but some of the stuff is like, really, all this stuff, and then there's more hardcore shit than that, and you're like, that's what you're worried about?
Exactly, right? Like I'm all about that. Like, I'm also a hip hop head. I'm a rapper too. I do rap.
Okay.
And it's like heavy, like I do pornographic rap too. Like, that's some of the best, the most hardcore explicit shit is like, to me, that's what we should be rapping about. It's like really taboo political things that might get you kicked out of an airport for rapping about. That's the kind of shit I want to rap about. Or hardcore sex, you know?
Yeah.
But there's one thing will get propped up. The hardcore sex is like put in front of everyone. Because I think that's missed.
It's like, and also my point is, if you don't want to hear it, just ignore it. Don't make a big deal about it. Each their own, you know, whatever.
Yeah. But then they delete the "Fuck Joe Biden" song, so we can't even buy that one on iTunes. It's crazy. So, but yeah, they shouldn't be censoring us, you know. Yeah. They shouldn't be censoring us as we like put out movies of us eating nuts, like. But they censor my interview I did an interview with a university professor in British Columbia on the injections, and his opinions on it were censored. Like, my video was deleted from YouTube, and so it's like,
hopefully this video won't get deleted. I don't know.
It might now, but it's like, it's interesting, right? That's the concern, right? It's like, so the truth is too much. They believe, but the truth, plank face, though, that
the truth is out there.
It's out there. You can't deny. You cannot deny. I was force-fed nuts at gunpoint by a grandmother. What was her name? That actress's name. She was fantastic. Steven, are you there? Yeah, what a great actress she was. Did you see Nell, the film Nell?
Oh, with Jodie Foster?
Yeah, great movie. Yeah, I felt like we were all kind of all the ladies in that film were kind of Nell vibes. You know, the voice, the way they spoke. They were on
there. Susan Martin.
Yeah, Susan Martin, so great. Who else was in Blind Face? Let's check this out. Okay, we got 5.1 on IMDb. This is pretty tight. We're like just. This is like a presidential election kind of thing, right? It's like 5.1. If Steven gives us one more better review, I might become the president of the United States. 59% just watched. 71. Rotten Tomatoes, 71%. That's pretty good.
Ain't bad, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go back one second.
It's like for the worst movie, that's pretty good.
Yeah, for the worst movie of all time, we got pretty good reviews. A man is captured by a family of feral, wood-dwelling cannibals who want to make him one of their tribe. Can they successfully break him, or will he find their ways enticing? Find out on Tubi.com.
And then for Internet Movie Database, it says a man is taken captive by a feral family in the deep woods. They are determined to transform him, body and mind, into one of their own, whether he likes it or not. So, yeah, he learns to like it. What was that, Stephen? Which film? We were talking about Plank Face, but we found it there, if that's what you're answering us about.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I'll talk to you if you're interested, like I said, about joining us in October. That'll be.
I mean, that's true.
Oh, you're cutting it. That's weird.
Bridget McCauley, Jason Hignite, Old Daddy, Ellie Church, Dave Parker as Rex, Brian Papandrea as Charlie, Lexi Thompson, Sarah, Evan Leahy, Phil.
Yeah, I think I've tried sending a message. I know how Instagram is crazy.
Yeah, I'll let your boy. I'll be there, man.
Yeah, will do. But
Thank you, Stephen. We figured it out.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. So, I don't know why you're cutting out, if it's my end or yours, but you're like kind of cutting out.
Good work, man. Really good. Getting the word out there.
Let's see. Said, I've only seen Lexi in your film and Space Babes film.
Is that background? What's the real background of your house? Can I see?
Oh, I don't know if I can take it off during here. I'm just in my room and it's just a white wall. It's nothing exciting.
They're censoring us.
That's probably why you're being slow now that we're at the end of this. Like, I don't know. It's sometimes the Wi-Fi, like, it's good. There was one night I got kicked off and I was off for like 20 minutes. My co-host had to take over and then I was back. I'm like, no. But it was good. So, all right. Well, thanks again, and we'll keep in touch. Thanks for everyone in the chat. And next week, cast of Camp Blood, a bunch of people. Got the leading ladies on there: Lily, Janet, Anna. Anna. I said Lily. Oh shoot. But I get the list on there of everybody. Nico, who plays in Lame Ass, a bunch of people. So check it out. Yeah, if you want to play us out. You were muted there. I don't know what happened. You're muted. Word. We didn't even hear you. You were muted. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So Stephen Chang, man, you really know your shit.
Yeah. Yep, Lily Lord. Yep, that's who it is, Stephen. Well, that's weird. You're like behind playing the horn. I don't know what's up with my computer. I hear you talking, and then I see you playing the horn. I don't know what's going on. All right. Have a good night, and we'll see everybody next week.